I'm going to a banquet, and as usual, when I'm getting ready, I feel like I want to have a chat with you guys. So we are gonna chat and we are gonna do our makeup. Okay, so that's what's on this evening's agenda. I'm gonna try to do this makeup as quickly as possible because I'm going to a banquet at 6:30 and it's currently 5:46, and here I am basically filming and chatting at the same time, which means that most likely I'm gonna be late. So I really want to do this as quickly as possible. Yeah, I won't be talking about no products nor nothing, but just gonna talk zine. So I don't know, I've been struggling for quite some time now. Like when I say struggling, I mean like mentally, you know. I don't know, Jamaica has been weighing on me real bad. We're gonna get right into it, and like I'm not going to beat around the bush or nothing like that. But I'll get right into it. Jamaica has been weighing on me heavy, and if Jamaica has not been weighing on you heavy, something wrong with you, because I've just been praying for this country. I've been talking myself out of migrating and leaving this country. I have been. But I don't know how long I can continue to talk myself out of it, if I'm to be honest. Because I mean, it's too much. So by now, everybody is aware of what happened to that influencer. I mean, of course, there are many stories of missing women, missing people, and so unsolved murders and the whole thing. Yeah, we already know that, right? I'm scared, you guys. There, I said it. I think that's the best way I can possibly put into words my feelings. And I guess my feelings as it stands right now is that I'm scared, I'm terrified. I am just like, I've always been scared and terrified, but like I am seriously scared and terrified. And it's just so sad that as such a beautiful island such as Jamaica, right, such a beautiful island, Zine, we have such a rich culture. You know, the country is so nice, it's beautiful, all of that, and we have like 3 million people in Jamaica, 3 million, and like we murder us and stay so. I mean, we're a very angry nation. We just, I don't know, we're out of control. We know we just out of control on so many levels. The crime situation is so bad. And as a woman, like living here in Jamaica, and honestly, don't come in the comments telling me that, yo, I saw it stay everywhere. I can only speak about where I am now and what I'm experiencing. There's nothing normal about like living in a country that has 3 million people and over 1,000 people is being murdered every single year. Like nothing is normal about that. And I think we get desensitized too with the whole thing that's happening, because we're like, yo, when we hear say this, somebody dead, or you know, somebody get murdered or whatever it is, we are so desensitized. So we're no longer like, it's like just another news and just another story. Like something happened to somebody is just another thing that happened to somebody. And I hate that we've gotten so desensitized by like such brutal things that affect everybody. It affects families, it breaks families apart and all of that. There's nothing normal about that. And hearing about what happened, well, basically that young lady traumatized me even more. And among all the other women who has gone through been murdered by people, men or whatever, as a woman, it's so difficult already being a woman. But knowing that you're a woman and you're just not safe. There was a point in time when, yo, you know what he used to hear about children and women being murdered. Like that was so taboo at one point. But now it's like everybody, nobody's off limits. Yo, if you step on somebody's foot, you better apologize. And sometimes you apologize, yo, them so angry and ready to take you on, even when you're so apologetic. It's like everybody's just so aggressive and so angry. I'm in a state of like paranoia, and I'm gonna be real and vulnerable with you guys, where sometimes I feel like I'm going out of my mind because of the things that I'm thinking. Things that I'm thinking, I don't think that is Normal to be like constantly thinking the worst of the worst. And when I tell you that I'm in a constant state of thinking the worst of the worst, I'm gonna give you 2 examples. I'm not even gonna go into like the details of the things that I think sometimes, because I don't really want to know. I actually think that I'm crazy, but I want you guys to comment and let me know in the comment section, as a woman, do you feel safe here in Jamaica? And as a man, if you're watching, do you feel safe at all living here? I was having a conversation this morning when I was explaining to him like how scared I am, because it's like, it's not like a situation anymore where, oh, you have to necessarily do something for somebody to attack you. You know, you don't necessarily have to do anything at all. You don't have to mix up in a nothing. You don't have to, none of those things, right? For you to be attacked, killed, all the things. Whether them people say you have money, whether you're beautiful, whether you're targeted because of the clothes you wear, which is absolutely ridiculous, because at no point in time women should be scared of wearing a skirt that's above her knee or a shorts that's above her knee, because men are going to find her attractive and try to catcall her, harass her. Which brings me to the point of harassment in Jamaica by men is so disgusting. And I call it harassment because you know how many times I have to literally put a smile on my face like trying to ease the blow of like a man approaching me and trying to talk to me, like whether them say inappropriate stuff to you, like, oh baby, you're tight, sit down on you. Like legit, I go to the gym and sometimes I have stuff to do and I literally don't want to come out of my car. Because guess what? The men are going to be going off. Psst. You're going to be carrying on. They're going to be saying all type of things where you never wish to hear. None at all, because obviously them can't keep them out. And then, you know, it's like women are blamed to say that, oh, it's because you wear certain clothes why this is happening to you. Like, why? Why is it about what the woman wear? Why is it that men can learn to control themselves? Why is it that men don't know how to act? Like, why do men feel like they need to harass women, Zine? Because there's so many women, we all have the same thing. Like, why are you harassing women on a day-to-day basis? From the catcalling to the sneaky comments and all of those things. Imagine, Zine, as women here, I don't know about any other place, like I say, I'm talking only about Jamaica. Imagine as women, you have to laugh and grin or like shake it off like because you don't want to offend somebody. You don't want them to cuss you out and say, hey girl, move on, go, you feel like you're better than me, or whatever it is, or you just feel like you need to soften it up by just giving a fake smile or entertaining them, because you don't want them to be rude and you don't want to get attacked, because some of these people are actually crazy, because them will attack you because them feel like, say, yo, you act like you're better than them because you're not entertain certain conversations with them. You know, stop to have a conversation with them, and some of them are so rude. And you guys can comment and let me know if I'm the one who experienced those kind of situations where they're so rude and out of line. I mean, women put on them clothes for themselves. They not put on clothes. Well, let me speak for myself. When I put on my clothes, I don't put it on to impress a soul. So it's like the unwarranted behavior that men have, and it makes me really scared, especially in Jamaica. Really scared. And to know how many, like, you know, the weapons that are here of mass destructions, so much of it are here. Don't know at what point you are gonna be the person, Zine, where something are gonna happen to Zine, and you might not be mixed up in anything, you know, because you can simply just reject a man and say no, and him feel entitled and decide, say, okay, you reject me, him can't take rejection, so I'm going to hurt and harm you. I don't know, on a scale of 1 to 10, I feel very much probably a 9 in a Jamaica. I'm telling you the truth. Crime rate in Jamaica is absolutely ridiculous. Violence against women, like man a kill man, you know, children are being killed. Everybody is being targeted. It's just so sad that the island soon people not gonna really want to come here. And one of the awful things too is the fact that yo, people don't really have faith in our justice system, because the sentences don't last long enough, Zine. So people don't really like, you know, the sentences don't last long enough. So there's two things, and the fact that yo, you feel like say yo, no murder really not solved, if that makes sense. Like you just feel that way. It feels like, you know, like there are two things that I'll share with you that goes through my mind. I, for one, under no circumstances do I leave my home without my driver's license or an ID for that matter. At no point in time. The reason why that happens is because it makes me so uncomfortable, because one of the worst thoughts that I'm having is, God forbid something happens to me, I need them to be able to identify me and tell my family. Like, is that normal to be thinking that way? Another thing that happens to me a lot of the times is that I'll be home and you won't catch the doors open. If I am in the living room, if I'm in the kitchen is a blind spot. I can't really see the front door. If I am in the kitchen, I'm not opening that door. If I cannot see the door doesn't stay open. And that's how I feel. I feel very, very uncomfortable. I just feel like at any moment in time, anything can happen. You feel like if you leave work, somebody might target you, follow you home. It's just the worst of the worst thoughts. But I don't know if I'm the only one who goes through that, or I'm experiencing something different than what everybody else is experiencing. But I'm telling you the truth, guys. I don't feel safe. Currently, there are people that I know that wants to come back from overseas and come here to actually live. I know a couple of people who would love to come back home, but because of the crime, because they're fear being targeted, they're not coming back here. So they're going to find a sunshine state in the US and they're going to move there instead of coming back here. The banquet is at 6:30, and the other day I was looking on TikTok and I saw this viral post. First of all, I saw it on Twitter. They were talking about this young lady or something like that with take bus song on a Montego Bay to meet a man. And it was one big stink on social media, saying that the girl, she decided not to drive her car, and instead, so she decided to take Knutsford Express. Apparently the guy is somebody that she's familiar with, but he was like, he told her to come to Montego Bay, and she actually drives, but she decided to leave her car and take Knutsford Express. I figure that's something that a lot of people tend to do, like take Knutsford Express instead of driving to Montego Bay, or I guess wherever, I don't know. But yeah, I think it's probably cheaper too and less hassle if you take Knutsford Express. So she take Knutsford Express, gone to Montego Bay, left stranded in there. And some of the comments were so mean, saying that, oh, she's stupid, how could you do that, like I live in Montego Bay and I'd never do that. And they were just like basically shaming her. They said that, yo, she basically stupid for even like whatever. And you know, I agree in the sense where she should have been more cautious, but I assume that she thought she trusts this guy. And I can just imagine that same thing that happened to recent influencer that could have almost reached her. So it's so important that us as ladies, we just be as aware as we possibly can like we're not safe. Zine, we're not safe. We don't need to act like we are. We don't need to act like we are the strongest of the strongest. You understand me? Just know that you're not safe and just make better decisions. Like, we need to be aware that we are indeed living in dangerous times. We can't just act as if like it's business as usual, because nothing is at all. I'm using the same blush that I use on my lip. And then I'm gonna go over top with my Fenty. Alright guys, so I think this is me. Thank you for watching. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think in the comment section, of course. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys in the next one.